The air felt too thin to breathe when she said it. "I'm heading out this evening," Lila called from upstairs, her voice light, like she was announcing a trip to the market. My hands froze on the coffee mug, the ceramic burning my palms. I stood in our kitchen, where the scent of her lavender perfume still lingered from breakfast, and something inside me cracked. "If you walk out that door," I started, my voice low, trembling with a warning I didn't fully understand myself. She didn't answer. Just the sound of her heels clicking on the hardwood, deliberate, like a countdown. Our marriage hadn't always been this hollow. I remembered nights when we'd lie tangled in sheets, her laughter warm against my neck, her fingers tracing promises on my skin. But lately, Lila's evenings were swallowed by vague plans. Book clubs, girls' nights, work events that stretched past midnight. I'd wait up, the TV flickering in our dim living room, the silence louder than the sitcom laugh tracks. Her excuses were polished, delivered with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. I'd nod, swallowing the unease, telling myself it was nothing. She was just busy. She was just tired. But the lipstick smudged on her collar last week, the unfamiliar cologne clinging to her coat, they whispered truths I didn't want to hear. Tonight, though, was different. The air in our house felt charged, like the moment before a storm breaks. I climbed the stairs, each step heavier than the last, and found her in our bedroom. She stood before the mirror, slipping into a black dress that hugged her curves like a secret. Her hair fell in soft waves, her lips painted crimson. She looked like a stranger playing the role of my wife. "Lila," I said, my voice catching. "Where are you going?" She met my eyes in the mirror, her gaze cool, unyielding. "Just out, Tom. Don't make it a thing." Her words were a blade, casual but sharp, slicing through the fragile hope I'd been clinging to. I leaned against the doorframe, my heart pounding. "You're always out. Every night this week. Talk to me." My plea sounded pathetic even to me, but I couldn't stop. She sighed, tossing her earrings onto the dresser with a clink. "I'm not your prisoner, Tom. I need space." Space. The word echoed in my skull, hollowing out the years we'd built together. I wanted to grab her, shake her, demand the truth, but my hands stayed at my sides, useless. "If you walk out that door," I said again, the words spilling out, a last desperate grasp at control. She didn't flinch, just grabbed her purse and brushed past me, her scent trailing like a ghost. The front door slammed, and the house swallowed the sound, leaving me in silence. I stood there, staring at the closed door, my pulse a drumbeat in my ears. Something snapped. Not anger, not yet, but a clarity that cut through the fog of denial. I moved to her desk, where her laptop sat, still warm from use. My fingers hesitated over the keys, guilt prickling my skin. This wasn't me, snooping, doubting, but the weight of her absence pushed me forward. The screen glowed to life, her email open. Messages from Claire about book club filled the inbox, but the details were wrong. No book titles, no meeting times, just vague plans and winking emojis. My stomach twisted. I clicked one, then another, and there it was, a thread buried in her trash folder, from a name I didn't know. "Meet me at the usual spot. Can't wait to see you." My breath hitched. The timestamp was from an hour ago. I don't know how long I sat there, scrolling through the betrayal, each word carving a deeper wound. Photos, too, her smiling in a dimly lit bar, his arm around her waist. Him. A man with sharp cheekbones and a grin that screamed confidence. My hands shook as I printed the emails, the printer's hum a mechanical heartbeat in the quiet house. I found her phone's backup on the cloud, texts, locations, late-night calls. The evidence piled up, a paper trail of her double life. Each discovery was a stab, but I kept going, fueled by a mix of pain and purpose. I wasn't just gathering proof. I was armoring myself against the love I still felt. When the front door rattled hours later, I was ready. I'd changed the locks while she was gone. A quiet act of defiance that felt like severing a limb. Her key scraped uselessly, followed by her muffled curse. "Tom? Open the door." Her voice was sharp, impatient, as if I were the one inconveniencing her. I stood on the other side, the deadbolt cold under my fingers, and said nothing. My silence was louder than any shout. She knocked harder, her voice rising. "Tom, this isn't funny. Let me in." But I didn't move. The house, once ours, was mine now, a fortress against her lies. Through the peephole, I saw her disheveled, her makeup smudged like she'd been crying. Or maybe it was just the rain that had started to fall, streaking her face with glistening trails. "Tom, please," she said, softer now, her voice breaking. I wanted to believe it was real, that she regretted it, but the emails burned in my mind. The man in the photos, the way she'd laughed with him while I sat alone. I stepped back, my chest tight, and let the silence answer her. The next morning, I called a lawyer. The bank accounts, already half drained by her expenses, were frozen. The house, in my name from before we married, became my sanctuary. I packed her things, her dresses, her jewelry, the perfume that used to make my heart race, and left them in boxes on the porch. The rain had soaked them by the time she came back, her face pale as she saw the truth. "You can't do this," she whispered, her voice raw. "We're married." I looked at her, the woman I'd loved, and felt nothing but the ache of what she'd broken. "You walked out that door," I said, my voice steady now. "You chose him." She stood there, rain dripping from her hair, her eyes searching mine for something I no longer had to give. I closed the door, the click of the lock final, like the end of a song. Behind me, the house was quiet, the air heavy with the absence of her. I sat at the kitchen table, the same one where we'd shared coffee and dreams, and opened my laptop. A new email waited from her. "I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't mean for this to happen." I deleted it without replying. The proof of her betrayal was stacked neatly beside me, a monument to the life we'd lost. Walking out that door had been easy for her, a step into a world where she thought she could have it all. But finding her way back, that was impossible. The door was locked, the keys were mine, and the love we'd built was gone, scattered like ashes in the rain.